iCare, iMove, and we're just going to go through our Pilates class this morning. We're going to address 7 elements around our Pilates. We're going to start. I just want to give yourself a minute. Today I'm introducing the pole and broom handle. And we're going to use it as part of our mobility section, but I just want you to rest your hands on it for a second and just catch your breath. So give yourself a moment and just take some long inhalations in and out, because as always, we're all very busy people. We just rush it around. Just take a moment before we start. Okay, and from here, with your arms slightly stretched forward, I want you to rise up onto your toes and settle your heels down, okay? So it's a rise and a lower. So by using the pole straight away, we're connecting with core. Send your pole, straighten your arms just slightly forward, so you should feel a bit of a connection here in your center. Rising and stretching. Now as you do this, think about your big toe and your second toe. So we're rising up through the midline of the body. We're not rolling out onto our feet. We're really focusing on good posture. Lovely. Okay, settle your heels down. What I'd like you to do is to take the pole and take it wide. So hold the edges. Lovely. We're just going to simply lift and lower. Now, we're going to work through range of movement. So the first area I want you to target is between the shoulder blades. So as we lift the arms, squeeze your shoulder blades and draw your shoulder blades together, okay? So this isn't about height, this is just about getting the shoulder blades starting to work. Now the next thing that will happen is, as you lift the bar overhead, you may start to just stretch and lengthen through the belly. I don't want that to happen. I want you to think about squeezing now through the front of the body and enjoy how that feels. Now we're not jutting the neck. We are taking the bar as far as you can overhead and brace in through the belly at the same time. So this is our combo, okay? So we're going to go up and then we're going to come back down through the midline. See that? So we go up and then twist back down through the midline. Good, 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 good. So nice and high and then twist. So this is about shoulder mobility as we get going. Nice and tall. Now let's see if you can hold on to the bar and pull. So you're just pulling it away from me for a second, okay? Now pull as you draw the bar overhead. It should feel slightly different. So you're pulling the bar apart, you right the way overhead and back again, okay? So this is about that range of movement into the shoulder and back again. Now look, the knees are starting to bend here as we come into this movement. So I don't want to bring in the back too much, but I really want to start thinking about our own personal range of movement. And release, relax, roll your shoulder. Good. Okay, so balance straight away as we're mobilizing. Take one foot off the floor, balance it. Your pole is in front of you in the center of your space. You take it out and in and across. Out, simple movement, in and across. Now, if this is too much on the one leg balance, you can put that toe to the floor. And I want you to start thinking about your knee, the whole body, that rotation through your spine, how your shoulder blades feel, that lovely stretch as you cross the body and giving yourself some depth in the movement. Well done, last time. And we switch. Again, one leg stand, straight in there. We're straight in there, but everything's starting to mobilize. If you want to rest your toe on the floor, feel free. We take it across the body and open. So it challenges the balance straight away. And where there's balance, there's core. Where there's balance, there is pelvic floor work going on at the same time. So it's quite a challenge, and it may unsteady you as you perform the movement. Well done. A few more. Well done. and then release. Good job. Okay, give your shoulders a bit of a release. Okay, so let's work through this together. Let's all assume your pole is in your right hand. Is this my right hand? Can I have a thumb? Is this my right hand? Yeah? Yeah, good. Right. Whew. You never know on Zoom or cameras, you forget which is your right, which is your left. Right, what I want you to do is little finger at the top, thumb at the bottom. Got it? So little finger at the top, thumb at the bottom. Then from there, we're going to look to take this right the way around your head. Now, take attention to your elbow. Try and keep the pole close to your body. Now, we had this conversation because we had that luxury to teach this in a garden recently. And we all joked that in a confined space, this is quite a challenge. So the challenge is try and keep it close to your body. Now switch direction. How does that feel? And you'll notice now the rest of your body is coming into play. So you notice there's some movement around the rib cage. Your shoulder is warming up nice and tidy. Well done. Release, relax, and switch sides. So, little pinky at the top of the movement, thumb down. So we start by coming around the head. Lovely. That's it. It takes a bit of thinking, doesn't it? Just to get us going. So this coordination, again, we're targeting in around the rib cage. And in our COVID world now, we really need to think about our breath, and not just our breath, but our rib cage and the muscles around the rib cage. Trying to get everything working so we can really get some good, strong lung function. Okay, let's reverse direction. So we're going around and back. So again, just thinking about making everything work. Lovely. Well done. Release, relax, and then give yourself a moment. Okay, so we take the pole. I want you to take it to your elbows. It will feel a bit weird because your arms go a bit wobbly. That was a squeaky floorboard, by the way. Just saying. Okay, so let's think about the posture now. Brace through your center, belly button to backbone. Nice and tall, shoulders back and down. So I need you to bend the knees. We're going to do this by walking your feet slightly wider than your hips. Bend the knees and slowly take the bottom backwards, keeping your chest upright. Now there's a bit of method in the madness here. I'm encouraging a squat, but I'm encouraging you to sit through your heels. And as you do that, so here's the thing, you might be able to see yourself on camera. Now, and what I'm seeing often are the knees coming together, and we don't want that. So I need you to push back through your heels. At the bottom of the move now, squeeze your bottom, rise tiptoes. So I'm taking your arms out of play, I'm opening up the chest, squeezing the bottom on the up phase of the movement, and now let's breathe. Breathe out on the rise. Now, big challenge, health and safety, keep going. How does it feel if you closed your eyes? So think about how it feels. Where are you in your ankles? Yeah, you might stagger, you might take a step, but by closing the eyes, even just for a moment, will really help us to really buy into what's going on in the body and make us really think about the movement pattern. You rolling out through your ankles. Are you actually squeezing your bottom? Are you pushing the bum back? Well done. Release and then settle. So still with your arms here, so your chest is opening. Okay, I just want you to rotate. How does that feel? Do you need to bend your knees? Do you need to lift a heel? It's a simple movement. This is a nice one. Like if we go to the right, lift your left heel. If we go to the left, lift your right heel. Does that make sense? And then we're going to reverse that. So as we rotate to the right, lift your right heel, rotate to the left, left heel. That might feel slightly different. So lift the heel in the direction you're moving into and see how that feels in your back. Well done. And I've done that for a reason. Okay, from there, release the bar. You might feel nice and open now because I forced you into that lovely chest stretch. Good, okay. Now we're going to take the bar overhead. Now I struggle with that because I know that I'm dealing with a shoulder injury. Okay, and so if you're the same, I'm going to show you a variation. What I'm looking for is left knee, right rotate. So I'm rotating in and lifting the knee as I'm turning in. So Sue, it's not Sue, am I looking at? Pauline. Left knee, right elbow towards left knee. Right knee, left elbow to right knee. Does that make sense? So it's a diagonal movement. If this is too much into the shoulder, here's an alternative for you. So bring the bar forward or bring the pole forward. And again, same twist. Try and slow it down because this will kind of check your balance. Lovely. And again, what you're experiencing here is stuff going on into the low back. So it's just releasing off your spine. So there we are. Our mobility section is complete. Give yourself a moment. So a slightly different start to the day. Now we're going to stay with the pole today because I mean these are cheap and chips. You can get these 40-50p now, so they're not like a big burden piece of equipment. Okay, so we've started mobilizing through the legs. Stay wide and just rock your hips side to side for a second for me. When you do this, push your tush back. So don't be afraid, just let it go, okay? Sucking in your belly. Lovely. Hips side to side. And just, it feels quite sassy. So what I need you to do now is just to pause a little bit as you come into the stretch. So we're slowing it down. And this will come clear in a moment. So I'm hoping, so this is a nice one for you, Patrice. I'm hoping here that you get a really super lovely long stretch through the front of the groin and down the inner thigh to the knee. Now you can see as we're coming into this, we're melting and we're lowering. So each time, and I feel the need to take my feet slightly wider. I'm rotating, dropping my elbows, taking my eye gaze to the side of the room, and still all the time enjoying that stretch in my back, enjoying that stretch in my inner thighs, and releasing any tension here. Now, as always, if you feel a need to stay in one area, stay in one area. Well done. Okay, and then from there, leave your hands on the top of the pole, and we're centered, your tail is lifted, we're just stretching forward. Enjoy that stretch through your lats. Push your weight into the top of the pole, lengthen your arms, make them nice and straight, settle into your heels, feet wide, hold it there. Now that's a fairly intense stretch. We're dropping the head, we're dropping the chest. Let it go now. This is where we use that breath. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Bend the knees and rise up. Well done. Woo! How do we feel? Is that nice? The backs feel okay? You're like, ooh, whew. Okay, so whilst we're up here on our feet, I want you to take, so right hand, take the bar. Right foot is where the weight is going to be. Take the bar onto the back of the left ankle. Okay, so it's just rested there. Right knee slightly bent. We're just going to cantilever, lower in and lift in. Okay, did you get that, Pat? So we're lowering and lifting, keeping the bar on the ankle and really holding your form, keeping your arms nice and wide, the chest is lovely and lifted. Standing strong. Ooh, ooh. And maybe each time, let's see if we can get some depth. In your last two, give me a bit more depth. It's a good one, isn't it? Beautiful. You look strong, team. Well done. Let's get set up and let's work on the other side. So the left foot, the left leg, left hip is your active side. Your right ankle, the bar is rested. I say the bar, the broom handle. Okay. The left knee slightly off lock. We lean. So, oh, sorry, right arm back and down. So I like to take it out like a wing. We lean. So it's a lovely cantilever. We're tipping forward, the foot's coming up, and you've got that connectivity, so you can feel the pole on the back of the ankle because that really helps you with your spatial awareness. So you're lowering down, lifting up, arms straight. You're going to feel this in your hips. You're going to feel this throughout the body. Is a lovely movement, really strengthening movement around the acetabulum, your hip, your pelvis. And this movement, because it's standing strong, this movement is putting stress, positive stress onto the bones. So it's the muscles are pulling, the tendons are pulling. It's a beautiful thing. You're holding your posture, you're staying steady on one leg. Well done. Release. Relax. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so this time we're actually going to feel the same vibe. I like that. I like that behind the scenes. Some of you are going, oh, hello, hips. You may have felt that. You may feel it here. So again, into that sacroiliac joint. So this time we're going to do, it will feel very similar. So the pole in the, let's get this right. Your standing leg, the active leg is the right. Whoop. You're going to pop the pole on the ankle. So did you see that? Hang on. So this time you just rest in the pole. It's kind of mental, okay? So it's just giving you a prop. Okay, and from here, you're going to lift. Lift. So we're standing strong. Beautiful. Lift. Oof. Oh, a bit hot. So we're slightly turned out here. So rather than a straight legging forward, because that's going to put a lot of stress into the pelvis, slightly turned out. So it's the instep, it's the inner arch that's being lifted. So, and this is having a direct phone call to your hoo-ha right now. So your pelvic floor is really working hard, but you're going to feel this in the quads as well. Good. Okay, so let's just check that again. Other side. Left leg is the active leg. So that's the one that's going to keep you nice and balanced. You take the pole and rest it onto the flex part of the foot, top of the foot. Okay, and then from there, just relax the foot. The knee is slightly turned out. We lift. We lift. Arms are there for balance. So if I just change angles slightly, there you go. So the toe is just slightly turned out, the knee is slightly turned out. Again, some of us will feel it fairly intense into the hip and groin. So the active leg, so our leg that's fixed to the floor, that's working hard to stabilize us and keep us balanced. The moving leg, you're going to feel it into the front of the groin, and you're working your abdominals here in our standing strong. Well done. Last time. All of this. So, what happens after standing strong? Are we okay? You have a sip of water and catch your breath. Good. What's the... Okay, so today what we're going to do, we're going to move to the wall, if you can. Can you do that? Are you nearby walls? Okay, right, so we've already done some work here around wall moves. This for me is about your upper body and being able to bend your knees. So if you just watch me for a second, what I'm going to do is take my feet nice and wide. Okay, and then I'm going to try and bring my chest close to the wall, and I'm sliding down as far as I can with my heels on the floor. So I'm lowering down as far as I can and up again. So this is a real challenge, this movement. So don't look at my bum, don't look at my bum. Okay, we're going down nice and low as far as we can. And close your eyes, you know where you're going to be here. So close your eyes as you slide down. Try and keep your chest close to the wall. And you get a thing called a butt wink. So what that is, there's a point when you feel like your tail is really sticking out and you slide back up again. This is really one of the only moves we're going to do against the wall today. But I want you, all of your back muscles are firing. Your extensors, so they're all going, oh my God, what's going on? So you try and keep yourself close to the wall as you lower. If you have this urge to take your feet wider, please do. Hands high V. Now if that's too much, oh, I've lost my microphone. If that's too much, I got all excited with that. Who hates that? It's intense, isn't it? Oh, well done. Release, relax. You're like, oh my God. See, I can't be trusted. I have a couple of weeks off and then it all goes completely like, she's lost the plot. Yeah, felt that legs, felt that hips, felt that back. So your back should be going, oh! That's what I'm hoping. Lovely. Okay, so from there, let's take your hands to roughly hip height at the wall. So, and I want you, this is a breath exercise. So, oh, I can hear music. Okay, so this is a breath exercise. What I want you to do is literally pull everything in as tight as you can and let it go. Literally that. So pull everything in tight as possible, and then let it go. So you're squeezing your abdomen, you're pulling up through your belly. This may enable you to go a little deeper. So we're pulling up tight, tight, tight through the pelvic floor. Some of you may feel that in your coccyx, but equally, it just might feel quite liberated. I want you to almost like smush your belly into your backbone. So gravity's letting it sag and swing in the breeze, and you're really pulling it up as tight as you can, everything. So inwardly, the pelvic floor is lifting, abdominally, it's pulling in, your back remains still. What you may notice here is that you can increase your depth. Now, give yourself a moment. I'm just going to challenge you one more time here. This time we take the hands lower and your feet closer together. Some of you might prefer to cross a leg and see how that feels. With your feet pressed, same thing. So we're going a little lower, enjoying the hamstrings here and squeezing and pulling everything up and let it go. Do that one more time, then we uncross, recross, or stay as you are, but enjoy how that's feeling in your back. So this is some real heavy back release work. And all of this is recognizing that Pilates is so important to us, but stretching and mobilizing is just such a big part of what we do. Well done. Roll up through the spine. You're like, crikey, what's going on? Hello, pole. We come back to you. We're going to use the pole to assist, okay? So from here, right hand, right pole, right leg comes back. I want you to bend the knees and settle to the ground. Bring the other foot around. So left is to right. Right knee comes forward. Left toes curl under, push up and step together. Pole changes. So it's a combo. Left, foot back, left knee to ground, right foot around, left foot forward, curl right toe under heel, rise, step together. Right hand, right foot back. So take it back, sink down, bring the foot around, right foot forward, left under toe, rise, step together. Left pole, left hand, left leg comes back. We sink down, knee around, left foot forward, rise up. Now let's break it down. This time, right foot, right hand, lift left leg, float left leg back as far as you can. Step, bend the knee, wrap around, bring it forward. Now, as you come forward, you load up your front leg, rise. Got it? Ooh, changes it up, doesn't it? Okay, so left foot, left leg, left hand, left knee lifts, float it back as far as you can until it touches down. Come down towards the ground, right leg swings around, left leg comes forward, load up the left, curl right toe under, lift right knee, and then load it as you come up. We're going to do one more each side. Right knee, right hand, right leg is moving. So we lift, float it back, step it down, circle to bring the other knee around. Right foot, right hand, load it, curl toe, so got that lean in and come up. That's quite hard. Last time, left hand, left leg lifts, left leg floats, touch it down, da da da, round we go. Left leg forward, take the load, lift. Well done, and release. Oh, it's good there. Okay, and then from there, I want you to take one leg behind the other and just see if we can come down. It's like a curtsy. Take the knees back, sit down onto your hips. Lush. Okay, you're a bit gorge, I have to say. Right, so from here, we're sat on our knees. I'm hoping that's okay for you guys. Let's just have a look at a bit of mobility here. Put your right bum cheek on your left heel. Does that make sense? So you're just tipping from side to side. See if you can settle your bum on your heels if you can. And we're just moving side to side. We're trying to buy a new sofa at the moment. I tell you that because it highlights how we sit on sofas. Because I don't want to have a footstool all the time, but I want to, because I'm tall, a nice deep sofa so I can sit on the sofa, and I favour this side. And actually, I recognise I need to work on the other side. So give this a go for me, okay? See if you can, see how you feel on this, Chris, so modify. Okay, what I'm looking for is you to drop down onto one hip, knees, hip, your feet flat if you can. Okay, because what you're finding when you roll over the foot, you're actually getting a lovely stretch front of foot. So those who've had hip, honestly, seriously, I was going to go, those who've had hip replacement, do what you can. You look amazing. Okay, so from here, let's connect those toes, waggle your tail, and just push back for a minute. Move side to side. You know how we enjoy this movement. And again, just play with it. Find the thing that works for you, because I want you to find those sweet spots and go, oh, I could just be there for another second or two. That bit aches. Rocking side to side. Okay, and then coming up, take your right hand, feed it through, put your right shoulder onto the floor. We send it up to the sky. You've done this so many times with us. So all of this has a place. Oh, But today, try keeping the bum nice and back over the heels, and let's see how far you can take that arm overhead. Lovely. Last time. Bring your hands in front of you. Again, just push back into that child's pose. Now your knees have been quite strongly flexed for a while. Let's do this on the left hand now. So we send the left hand through into the ground. The left hand opens up and goes towards the sky. So this is not just about the chest open, it's how the groin feels, how you feel, how your breath feels in the movement. A nice tip here is to really push the arm into the floor beneath you. And again, rock and roll. Find your sweet spots. Find the things that make you go, ooh. Give me 2 more of those while I just sip my, my green tea. Pat. Yeah. It's green tea, honest. Well done. Release, relax. Okay, and to do that, I want you to just lie flat for me. Have your pole nearby. I'm very tall, so in our lovely little space, I need to adjust. Okay, right. I enjoy this one, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I'm just going to move my green tea out of the way. Right, okay. You know it's not green tea, don't you? Just checking. Right, so first things first, feet nice and wide, and just relax the toes. So rock your hips side to side for me just for a minute. You right, Pat? Right, we stretch out, back of hands onto your roller. It's not a roller, is it? It's a pole. And then you're going to roll it in. So as you roll the broom handle in towards you, you lift up through the chest, keeping your arms long. And each time you do this, let's see if we can increase the range of movement. So you can't fully see my broom handle, but I'm going higher each time, trying to relax my buttocks. So we're just trying to increase that range. And at the top, the movement, stay there for a second, and we're just going to roll the bar, tiny pulses. 8, straight arms. 7, 6, 5, a little higher. 4, sniff in, lift. Well done. Well done. Roll it away. Woo! Hello, triceps. I hope they enjoyed that as much as I did. Okay, forget about that bar for a second. Sweep your right arm in a circle. Lift your right knee, touch your ankle and bring it back. Left knee, left hand, and bring it back. Lift, lift. So it's almost like swimming. Okay, so see if you can lift your arm up into an arc and back down, touching the ankle each time. What if you tried to lift the thigh? So put some real effort into getting the thigh off the floor. What you might notice here that your hamstrings are starting to fire up. Could you open the door, please? It's hot in here with all these lights. Get a bit of cool going. Well done. So again, what we're encouraging here is some spinal rotation. And the back of the body, we're not very good at connecting with it. So by touching your ankle each time, we're consistently coming back to the same place. So this is a real learning for muscles. Well done. And release. Push up and back, bottom onto heels, and just settle there for a second. Okay, coming on to all fours, curling toes under ankles. We are going to float the knees, sit back, come forward, knees down, okay? So that's position one. So from a tabletop position, push your toes into the ground, lift the knees, float back, bum to heels, come forward, knees down, up, up, push back, come forward, knees down, up, up. Now we breathe naturally and comfortably. So there's been quite an effort around the knee joint this time. You'll notice as we were squatting down the wall, when we were doing our wall work, coming to the floor, a lot of knee work, quad work. So flexion of the knees, as we need that knee range of movement to be able to squat well. Why do we need to squat well? To get on and off beds, chairs, loos for the rest of our active lives. So it's a big deal. Beautiful. From there you push back, up, up, up into down dog. Ah, that's nice. Settle here if you can. If you want to do some movement through here, you know how I like to encourage that. So nothing is still, we're always moving. Lifting the tail, a little rotation maybe. Maybe a slight bend of each knee. And to get some real nice strength in, let's bring in the feet nice and close together, melting your heels towards the ground. Your eye gaze is roughly about arms to floor when not looking at our pedicures. Okay, from here, bring your left foot into the center, take your right foot onto the back of the left ankle. And then from here, we're going to roll forward into a plank, pat, and then we push back. So you're doing this through one leg, but you're squeezing your pelvic floor. And you get a beautiful stretch through the calf. Doesn't that feel nice? What's up? Oh. Okay, hold the position, uncross, recross. So we're holding the ankle, foot onto the back of the ankle, roll through the spine into that strong plank and back again. This should feel nice into the bottom of the pelvis, your sacroiliac joint. Some of you might feel that into the coccyx. Beautiful stretch here. Let me have a little look. Oh, that's pleasant, isn't it? Pleasant into the wrists. Well done. Settle down. Give yourself a moment. Catch your breath. You'll definitely felt that coming up. Okay. So, how are we feeling? I need a thumbs up. So just having a little look at my group. Good. I got a face, lovely. Okay, grab some water. We're coming down onto our bottoms, but we'll also be doing some seated work. Right. We are. Have the pole just at the bottom of your mat. Feet nice and wide. We're going to give this a go, okay? So, firstly we roll down. So if you watch me for a minute, so I'm going to roll up, and then my knees are going to drop to one side, and then I'm going to roll down, roll up, knee drop the other side. Okay, so that's it. That's what we're going to do. So to start with, feet wide, hold on to your knees. let's just break this down. We're slowly going to roll halfway. Brace, breath, roll up. Just check your knees. Just move side to side. So have a look at this. So we roll, we come up. Got it? Then we go deeper all the way. See how that feels? Up, roll, down, up, roll. So that's fairly intense. As you still work through it, you're like, ooh, it's getting harder each time, right? Let me just see. It's a real, I mean, it challenges you. It really does challenge you here, because you're gonna think about how it works for yourself. Add in a twist if you want to. So on the up phase, twist and touch down. Up, roll down. Up, twist and touch down. Beautiful. I anticipate heart rate rhythm. Anticipating you going, oh, bloody hell. When you get to the top here, stay. So we're staying in that mermaid pose just for a moment. Okay, coming down onto your elbow. Okay, and keeping your knees at 90-90. Top leg lifts. Okay, so, and I want you to think your top leg is straight. Okay, and it's 90 at the knee, 90 at the bottom knee. Okay, and the top leg from here lifts up. Lifts up. Good. Got it? That should feel okay, right? Okay, so let's slide down and keep that knee going. Up, up. Now it's important here the heel is towards the bum, the knee is flexed. So we're really sort of targeting around the hip joint, but the front of the hip. And I want you to really think about the heel being drawn towards the bottom. Okay, now here's the change. Knee down, toe down, knee down, toe down. Again, creating that space in the hip joint is impressive. Watching the hip replacement girls doing this movement. So, and what you might feel is that creating that space, it feels quite nice around the top of the hip and pelvis. Keeping yourself nice and settled. Beautiful. Last time. Okay, let's go long. Go long with that top leg. Beautiful. Okay. So from here, we're going to come right the way forward as far as you can, touch down. Come right the way back and beyond the midline. So not just down the line of your yoga mat. Go a little further. Up, up, up. Right the way forward. 6 of these little bad boys to go. Ooh. Nice and big. Hello, hips. Hello, buttocks. Beautiful. Lovely. Last time. Bring the knee in and just crouch in. Okay, so I want you to lie on your chest. Bring your knee up as close to your boob. I believe this is how Pat sleeps. So, okay. And then from there, I want you to push up and down. So it's a kind of a weird feeling, but you might feel things are clunking in your back a little bit. Just a little press up out of a rescue position. Up, up. Down, down. Enjoy that stretch you're getting out of your abdominals. If you want to go higher, please do. Feel it. Work with it. Last time. And release. Well done. Okay, from there we are going to perform the exercise sequence on the other side. So my back is to you for a minute, so I'm just going to flip around. So, firstly, we're on our elbows. We got 90-90 with our legs. Boom. Got it? Lovely. And then from there, the top leg lifts. So the heel is towards the bottom. Brace through your shoulders, and we start by lifting. So keeping that heel nice and high, heel the same height as the knee. Got that? Got that, so you feel everything's trying to connect through the middle of your body. Then we lie down and we continue with that shape and that movement. So we're lifting. That's it, you got it. It's just the top leg. Making sure the heel is close to the bottom each time. The knee is pushed back as far as it can go, as we need to bring in the muscles in the bottom to perform the movement. Lovely. Are you feeling that, Sue? Yeah. So it's a nice, it's like, oh, hello. Okay, then we lengthen the leg. Woo. Okay. Nice and tall. Hello, waistline. Using your breath, lifting your ribs. Keep it nice and long. Okay. Oh, I missed a bit. Okay. So the knee comes forward. That's right. So knee up, knee down. That's where it was supposed to be. Toe tap. So this is allowing for circumduction of the hip joint. So the muscles are designed to do this. The joint is designed to perform this action. We just do it less and less. As we age, it can make us feel uncomfortable. It is important, however, to keep challenging the muscles. So if you think that menopause, I'm just going to do a little chat here as we keep going, just to distract you. Bear with. Now from here, we go long with the leg. We bring it up and over as far as we can to the front and all the way back. Lovely. So what I was going to say is, like in the old days, very quickly after Victorian years, very quickly after menopause, most women died. But actually that doesn't happen anymore. We go through our menopausal years, average age 51, and actually post-menopause is the rest of our lives. And the average age of a lifespan of a female now is mid-80s. So actually we are in the prime of our lives, and this is why we do this stuff. So you live well, and you live long, and everything's moving. Well done. Now bring the knee close to chest, and you're going to roll over onto your belly. Bringing that knee nice and high. Using, I would suggest if it's your right knee up in your chest and your right arm, start by just pushing out of your right arm. If you're finding this is nice, both arms, work within your range of movement. So what happens here, there's a release going on in the hip. You're getting a stretch out the buttock, but actually you're also stretching out the front of your abdominals. So find the thing that works for you. And if you've got any sweet spots, ooh, work with it. You weren't expecting this today, were you? Well done. 2 more. Lovely. And when you're ready, we roll over. Okay. Just before you do, take that pole into your hands. Ensure you're in a wide V. Feet wide, knees bent. Drop both knees to one side. Squeeze your buttocks so your feet are wide, so your space is wide. Knees are bent, lift up, switch sides. So really focus on pushing your knees towards the ground. Rise up, switch sides. Now, holding on to that bar, you may even feel the stretch into your armpits. Doesn't that feel nice? Feet wide, heels close to bum, hands still holding palms, holding pole overhead. Rise up into a bridge. Okay, drop one bottom cheek. Squeeze it and rise, drop the other bottom cheek. Squeeze it and rise. So left butt cheek touching the ground. Rise, right butt cheek touch the ground. Squeeze and rise. Let's do this again and again and again and again. But each time on the up phase, clench, like you're trying to hold in a little bit of wind. Drop and push. Now, if you want to, you can rise up onto your heels. So rise, so push out of your toes, lift your heels, continue to drop and rise, clench, drop. So feel that lovely twist. Drop, push, drop, push. Nice and high, higher and higher each time. So work through your range of movement, really go for it. Lovely, lovely and high. Last time, bum down, bring up your hands and just take the pole underneath your knees. Use the pole, use your arms to just keep scooching your knees into your chest. And then I want you to create a roll. Well done. Take the pole out of the way. Give yourself a moment. I need you to give me a great big fat sigh, like a and as you do that, let your entire body melt like jelly that hasn't set. Just let it go. Stretch one leg, stretch the other. Take a breath, squeeze your shoulder blades. Let's start at the face. Long breaths. Let the breath go. It's really important. Make it audible. Feel the breath in the back of your throat. Take away facial expression. Relax your eyebrows and your hairline. Around your ears and jaw. Let your teeth relax. Feel the heaviness of your chest. Lengthen through your neck. Relax your shoulders, and as you do that, you may need to relax your heels, go longer as your spine just lengthens, goes long. Big fat breath. Let it go. Feel your arms melted into the ground. Rolling your palms upwards if you can, if that's comfortable for you. And to make it really comfortable, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel your belly, big rise and fall through the center of your body, adjusting your hips. Adjust your knees, let it all go. Toes will just roll outwards. Let it go. Melt, sink, go heavy. Give yourself a moment here. So each breath in this time, so the letting go is just the heaviness, the melted. The breathe in is the, I'm going to pull something back into my body. I'm going to pull in my intentions to make this day amazing. The next breath, random acts of kindness. The next breath, I am a good person. The next breath, I shine brighter when I help others. I only shine when I send my light out to others. I am a strong force of nature. I've got this. I am the best version of me today. Let everything sink in. Feel you're fabulous. Smile. When you're ready, draw your heels into your bottom. Let your knees go side to side. Walk your feet to one side and drop your knees over as you roll onto your side and give yourself a moment. When you're ready, your top hand pushes into the ground and you push yourself up. Give yourself a moment. So that was big work. So we did some real deep work there. Big breathing, so just give yourself a minute to restore. And then when you're ready, I want you to now take your legs behind you. So we're going to finish in standing. Curl your toes under your heels and just rock forward and backwards for a moment. Then in your box position, you're going to do a circle 180 in one direction and then switch. So we're rolling through the body, lovely hip circles, knee circles, wrist circles. Just rising up now. Okay, and then curling your toes behind your heels. Just push back into a squat if you're okay with that. And swiftly lift your tail upwards. Relax your neck, your eye gazes through your knees. Just pump your knees for a moment. As you slowly take your weight through your heels, walk your hands to your shins, flatten your back, go long through the spine just for a moment. Knees are still pumping. Lift your big toes so your toes are pumping. Bring your hands up onto your thighs, tuck your chin to your chest and roll up to the top of the movement, still pumping your heels. Oh. Roll your shoulders, still pumping your feet. Take a long breath in, go wide. High V. Take your hands behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades, keep pumping your feet. Bring your hands in a straight line forward, still pumping your feet. Send your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, let your hands go. Onto your bottom, squeeze your chicken wings, so tuck those elbows in. Settle your heels. Settle your arms. Standing strong. Relax your shoulders. Now slightly bend your knees. Bring your hands up together into your heart space and give yourselves a round of applause. Well done, my birds. How'd you feel?